Okay. So, we all remember what happened last session. You basically turned this giant minotaur into a kebab. Um,
That's one way to put it.
Hey, it was the Kenku who made him Swiss cheese, though.
yes,
Yes.
the Swiss, the kebab turning
And
into Swiss cheese.
we also killed, who did we kill? We killed Hindir Serpentine.
Hindir serpentine.
Hindir,
Yes,
same difference.
that little boy. Yeah, you let the halfling
Is he?
die.
Wait,
Congratulations.
he was a boy? What
No,
the?
no, no, no. He was like some. He was a. He was a middle-aged halfling that was just pissed drunk in the middle of the bar. That
As you do.
Yeah. Anyways.
I was gonna go the opposite direction, Susie.
Okay.
You know?
I've been a little too scared to listen to the last session, so
Really? Oh well.
yeah, I saw the link and I was like, I'm scared.
Well. 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 Okay. Are we all ready? We're all ready. I've asked that like 4
Yeah.
times. Okay. So.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready. No. Um. Anyways.
Are you scared?
No. Anyways.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Anyways. Now. A couple hours have passed since you guys were last in the Bouncing Boar Barn Inn with Lucy. And currently, since that was situated near the town square of the city of Felming, you are kind of just getting ready to leave. Lucy's now locking up the doors to the inn, as no one will be attending it. Of course, it's going to be closed since all the ruckus that happened inside. Your surroundings. You look up into the kind of. It's around like 10 p.m. 10 p.m. and you see the dimly lit streets of like warm light kind of start to close down. Everyone's closing their shops. You see people strolling with extravagant clothing on, all headed towards the looming castle off into the distance. The sky is dark and gray. It seems lifeless, as if there is no sun. Of course, it's nighttime, but it's overcast with dark clouds, and it's slightly raining. Off to the north, you see the castle. The castle is to the west, and off in the north, you see a giant. As it's something familiar as you saw coming in. It's this giant red haze off into the distance, and it's just kind of dark and oppressive. That it's just off, always looming over the city as a constant threat. But there's something new that you guys haven't seen when you're passing in, and there is a bright light coming from the east, northeast. Sorry, the northeast, and you hear the low drumming, like low rhythm of drumming in the distance, and large chants that you can hear. You can just barely hear off in the distance. Right now, Lucy's just locking up, and you guys just situated outside in your very, very nice looking attire for the masquerade here soon. What are you guys gonna do?
So what are we gonna do?
Alright, so as... What?
We wait for Lucy.
Okay, yeah, Lucy's
finish?
kind of just finishes locking up, and she's like, okay! She claps her hands together, and she looks around, and then she starts leading you off into the distance to the looming castle. As it grows closer, you guys can see that it's pretty dark and like foreboding. You can make out. Here, let me see. As you approach the castle, you look up and see the high towering spires and dozens of gargoyles and flying buttresses that look down on you from a distance, and it's almost as if they're alive, just watching you. You enter the gates. As you enter the gates, you hear soft music being played by a very professional looking band here, and you kind of just you see everything that's going around, and it's just very extravagant. You walk into the main courtyard, and you see these beautifully like etched stained glass windows inside of the castle. And as you approach, you are told to stand in the courtyard and wait to be appointed. There's a decent crowd there of like around 100 people just standing, having a great time in the courtyard. There's music playing, people are having drinks and stuff like that. What do you want to do?
Stand there awkwardly.
Stand there.
Agreed.
We were told to wait, so I
Okay.
guess wait.
So right now, Lucy is kind of just. Lucy's kind of far off right now. She's seen people that she recognizes, and she's kind of just off talking. And this man dressed in pitch black comes and approaches you. He has like dark long hair and kind of like these deep dark eyes, and he kind of just walks up to you and he's like, "Hello, I am Leo too. What is your guys' names?" And he kind of just outreaches his hand with a ring on it.
Anon grabs it quickly. Anon, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Anon. Where are you coming from?
I think it was an alleyway.
An alleyway.
Down in the back where we came from.
Does anyone want to translate for this man?
He doesn't remember much.
You don't remember much. Okay. What? Was he born yesterday or something?
I don't know. Maybe?
He kind of just looks down. He looks around. He's like, "Oh, okay. And he turns to you, Tia, and he's like, "What is your name? What is your name?"
I'm Tia.
Tia, where are you from?
Everywhere and nowhere.
Ooh, mysterious. Anywhere in particular?
I've been traveling.
Okay. Don't want to share much. And who's this mysterious one over here? And he looks over to Suzy's character. What is your name? Okay. I see how it is. Well, as you know, I am Leo too. And he kind of just he kind of just like, does this extravagant gesture as you hear like a kind of like low horn and a gong go off. As people look up, they see the room. They see this giant under the giant stained glass window that's sitting in the front courtyard. A door opens up and people with black wearing black kind of enter, start to stream in, and Lucy comes over and she's like, guys, come on, it's our turn.
Ooh.
And she kind of just like leads you guys in. Okay, so as you guys get into this kind of ballroom that you see, it's a throne room. It's the throne room of Ekron Crow, who's the king of that town. And you see that his throne is on the opposite side of where you entered, under another stained glass window that is completely black. There's no lights into the room. It is only the moonlight coming through that black window, which is actually surprisingly enough able to illuminate that room very well. And there's about six or seven like decently sized like guards standing next to him and around him, observing the crowd and everything going on. And then the doors close behind him, and you see from the outside and from the inside it is locked shut, as this is an exclusive event, as Lucy told you before. And right now Lucy kind of just turns to you guys and is like, "That's him," and then she kind of just points to Ekron.
Who's him?
That's Ekron Crow. She turns noticeably red, and she kind of just like she kind of just sits there staring at him for a little bit, as a waiter comes by with drinks and stuff and offers you some. From then on, you see he kind of stands. He comes down into the crowd and he kind of just starts congregating with people. From here, a couple hours go by. Just normal, ball taking activities. And then when things are starting to noticeably slow down a little bit, you hear this loud crash from the side of the room, and everyone kind of just starts gathering over. You look over him, and it is a Kenku that is dropped from the ceiling. And it
What has dropped
a
from the ceiling?
Kenku. It was the familiar Kenku that you definitely saw inside the bar just a little bit before.
Alright, yeah.
It is as if he just dropped from the ceiling, out of the void of the ceiling of the complete darkness. He's dropped and he's fallen on somebody, and he's like wreathing in pain. But you can't hear any words coming out of his mouth. But you can notice that he's like tensing up, he's like twitching, and he's fighting for his life. He looks under immense torture.
Who was this again?
Sorry?
Who was it?
It was a Kenku that fell from the ceiling. As if you think it's fallen from the ceiling. And then more and more just start from each corner of the room. They just keep falling.
Do you guys hear that?
I do. I more than hear it, I see it too.
They're in pain. All of them. Or at least that one.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Is there anyone like medically tending to them?
No, they're just kind of just watching. The crowds around them are just like looking down upon them, just kind of curious on what the heck is happening.
Are the guards doing anything?
The guards are doing the same thing. They're just keeping the crowd back. They're just writhing down the ground in pain at the moment. But you can kind of make out that with their beaks, they're as if they're trying to say something through their pain and kind of.
Does anyone hear that in their head? Does anyone else's head hurt?
No. What does it feel like?
It's like a screaming. It's painful. I don't know. I want life. Is it dead? Already?
Some as you say this, you see as some start to like wither away. You can start seeing as the nearest one that you guys have all crowded around is just slowly like drooping. It's like kind of battle for life is kind of just it seems as if he's given up, and he just kind of falls limp onto the ground dead. There's a couple of people like gasp and kind of just one person like breaks through the guards and kind of just says, "Is anyone gonna help them?" And just tries like cradles its head.
I walk over to the Kenku. Yeah, it was the Kenku that's in pain, right?
Yeah.
I might be able to help.
Do you know any? Are you a doctor?
Not in the normal sense. I can magically heal.
Do whatever you can, and she kind of just like backs away just a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna use Actually, you know what? Do I have anything easier? Great. Yeah. Okay. I'll use healing light on the Kenku.
Okay.
2d6 HP.
It has no effect. It has no effect. They are. It is dead. It is gone. It is dead. So it kind of nothing really happens. It's just a limp. Its body is still warm from its recent life. And it's just kind of. And then you kind of just watch as everyone just kind of just stops and stares. The life of the evening is kind of just slowed. And as you see Ekron, he kind of stands up and he's about to announce, okay, everyone, we're gonna, and then all of a sudden, this black fog kind of moves over everyone and it blinds you. And then all of a sudden you see this weird white flash of light that kind of just zips across your vision and it lands directly in and to where you saw Ekron, and right next to him there's a giant explosion that you cannot see. It's just, you notice that there's this giant explosion through the fog. You don't understand where it came from but you just understand the result of it, and you hear this explosion and this massive patch of people that were standing around him and Ekron, as the fog starts fading away, have died. And you see Ekron kind of is scorched state in his, like, he's just lying out upon the stairs. And beside him you see a similarly dressed, similar in height, woman kind of also there is with him. And I'm going to do something really quickly. Okay.
Oh, no.
Anon. So.
Okay, so I want to just clear up real quick that message you said, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was... So I knew that thing was waiting for judgment, and it was already dead.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot more sense. It took me 5 times reading that.
I should have worded it
okay.
differently. But
It's bad. It's okay.
Okay, so you see as that female, she's like grasping up towards the heavens, and she's kind of like you can hear her screaming too, but she's not screaming like out verbally, but she's screaming in your head, and this also elicits a little more pain as well, and you hear her saying. She kind of stops after a while of pain, and she's just kind of like, her body's still limp on the floor. Your body just becomes limp on the floor, and then you hear this like pervading kind of like voice in your head that says, I can feel your power here. Who are you? And this is again all in your head.
I am a descendant of the two that judge after life.
They've decided on my fate. I've been chosen. I'm being sent away. But there's something I must tell you. There's something very important that I did not realize my life would be taken so quickly, and you seem to be the only living soul nearby. I need you to listen very carefully. I need you to go to the trees of Zelast and tell Balar that I sent you, okay? Balar, I have an amulet around my neck. You need to somehow grab it and give it to him. You need to do this now. They're coming for me. I've already been chosen. And then she starts screaming. She screams screaming again, and then her voice quickly fades. And then from her you see... And then from her you see this kind of red emission that has come from both Ekron and her, that like swiftly like explodes from their bodies, with no real physical effect on anyone else, and it kind of just wisps through the entire room, and just out into the other thing. Here, I'm gonna bring you back.
Oh,
Uh,
we have our boys back. Hi.
Okay. So you kind of see Anon back away a little bit, and he's like holding his head just a little bit. He seems to be in pain just a little bit, and you see this red kind of near explosion come from their two bodies. It's a feminine figure kind of lying there with Ekron, and they they explode from like this red emission kind of explodes from their bodies, and through the 15 to 20 or so people that are in the room, still alive in the room, and it kind of just wisps out. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Lucy, who was the other figure?
That's she's kind of looking around, kind of panicked. That's Joy, his sister. And she kind of rushes toward him, trying to like get through the crowd.
I'll run over to the female.
All right.
Joy, you said?
Yeah, her name is Joy.
I guess, do I need to make an investigation check?
Yeah. Okay. Roll for investigation.
Oh gosh. Oh no. 9.
It's just a scorched body at this point. As you saw her before, she had a few moments of like searing pain as she was being enveloped from the flames, but at this point the fire's gone and she's dead. But as you're inspecting the body, you hear this loud bash through the door as the door quickly opens, and you see this troop guard come through, and it's this lady who winds everyone up and quickly yell. And she kind of she's like sifting through the people. She's sending people out into the courtyard and keeping people in as well. And she eventually turns you guys and puts you guys in a circle with around 7 other people. And she says, "All right, listen up. All right. We all know what just happened, and I am frankly sort of confused." And she kind of looks around and she's like, "I have no idea what's going on, but all right, you guys are going to stay here with me tonight, and we're all going to figure out who did this." And she kind of just looks around, and she orders one of the guards to take one of them away. She says, Okay. She kind of looks. Does anyone know where that came from? Because we all saw it. Did anyone understand where that came from?
No.
Are you sure?
It all went black. And then there was a flash of light.
Okay. She steps back. She says, "All right. Well, if you guys ever want to get out of here, figure it out who killed it, who killed him, who killed him." She kind of just starts. She starts looking around. She looks a little panicky and kind of just, frankly, kind of out of it. You can tell she's a bit drunk. She's still in her like ball uniform, and she's just kind of out of it. And she orders the guards to just keep watch, and then she says, "I'll be right back," and then she walks away.
I want to go back over to who all's around right now.
Okay, so, well, there is a group of like 7 other people here. That is not including you, Tia, and Susie's character. You guys are in a small patch after the guards have kind of like sifted through you guys and kind of just set you down on the ground. You're now in a circle in the middle of the ballroom, literally sitting next to like their scorched bodies, kind of just like sitting there. And they kind of just, you don't really know what's going on at the moment. Everything is just frankly confusing and stupid. And right now you're surrounded by a bunch of guards who are kind of just keeping watch down onto you guys.
Well, we aren't getting anywhere by just sitting here. If anyone has any clues or ideas, please share.
you see from the like the corner of the from the corner of the group, you see the guy that you met outside, Leo 2. He stands up and he says, I think I saw you guys do it. It was you. And then he kind of just points at you, Tia. He's like, I saw it from your direction. And then the guards kind of just look at you.
I have no idea what's going on here.
Give me one moment.
I have an extreme urge to start singing Christmas carols now. I don't know why. I just feel like doing it.
Okay. So Leo 2 stands up and he's kind of looking panicky. And after he accuses you, he sits down and someone next to him, a girl named, she kind of just looks over to him and is like, you're quick to judge. He's like, and he kind of just shrugs it off. As the guards kind of grab you, Tia, and like bring you out of the group. And just start. You see like this kind of like taller man. He kind of just looks at you and he's like, tell us what you know.
All I know is that I came in here, the doors were closed, and things started falling from the sky.
What started falling from the sky?
The Kenku.
Where's the nearest one? And he kind of looks over and he sees the the other guard taps him on the shoulder and like points him towards one of the fallen Kenku, and he's kind of like he says, oh, and what else happened? How did Ekron die?
He came over and then everything went black. And there was an explosion, and I don't know more than that.
Okay. He kind of throws you back into the group and he says, all right, so since we're a little short-staffed right now, I'm speaking in the place of I'm speaking in the place of Talorano right now. And that was the lady who came in earlier. He says, since we're a little short-staffed, we're going to have to keep you here for the night. Until we figure out, or you guys figure out who the murderer is, or who did this, we're not gonna get out of this. And he kind of just like wipes his head. He's a bit like frantic right now as well. And you can also noticeably hear outside the drumming that you saw from the east kind of just get, or sorry, northeast, get louder and louder.
Could that have something to do with it? Anyone? Any thoughts, anyone?
Probably, or they could be completely unrelated.
That's true.
Okay.
But it's...
Oh, sorry, continue.
But it seems unusual enough that I'm guessing they're related.
And then, from then, a kind of smaller girl leans over to you. She's like, right now she was once talking to Lucy, and then she kind of leans over. She kind of taps you on the shoulder, Tia, and she's like, don't worry, I know you didn't do it.
Thank you.
I'm Yanti Meadowflower. What's your name?
I'm Tia.
Do you okay, I know where it came from. And it was she kind of like points to like the corner of the room and she says it's she points at three people. One person is in a very, kind of like slender, black dress. Another one has another is a taller, like more burly man, and a very, very worried young woman looking very, very awkwardly into the distance. She said they were standing over where direction I saw them. I think it was them.
Well, we shouldn't just assume it was them because it came from their general direction. But
Well,
it can't hurt to go over and ask them.
I just want to go home. I don't know anymore. I just want to go home.
Well, you can stick with us until we're allowed out.
Are you sure? Okay, yeah. And then Lucy kind of sits down. She's like, "Okay, guys, what the heck?" And she kind of just looks around. She's like, "You guys didn't do that, right? That was not." You can tell that there's a lot of initial shock that has just gone through. No one has truly understood. Like no one understands really what's going on. Some people are in tears. And the guards are kind of just all standing over you at the moment.
Well, it wasn't us. I can at least say it wasn't me. I can't do that. I can't do either of those things.
I mean, I saw what you guys could do in the bar earlier. She kind of just jokes a little bit.
But why would we want to?
I don't know you guys. I kind of just met you. What, do you have some grievance with Ekron or anything?
What's a grievance?
Oh boy.
It's when you dislike someone and therefore don't wish them well.
Ah. Well, whoever that was didn't have a grievance. Had a grievance against those two, and maybe the Kenku.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I wanna poke our dark hooded friend, Susie. Did you see anything?
I shake my head.
By the way, what's your name? What do we call you?
Frick, if only DJ was here. Okay, I shake my head again. Also, what happened to Amity? Do we have any? Is there any? Did Amity just disappear off the face of the earth, or?
Not gonna lie, totally forgot to explain that. He's off at the post office right now. He said, as you guys were locking up, he, as you guys were locking up, he says, or Amity says that she's off to the post office. She's going to send something, and she kind of just walks off. And that was the last time you saw her.
Okay, so probably got murdered or mugged or something.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Correct.
Like Amity. Oh well.
Completely died. You're right.
I mean,
I'm
assuming, like, slightly, what was it? Like, Renaissance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
I want to try and get up and move over to the Kenku.
So you're in this kind of like this circle right now, with other people all just standing around talking to each other. You can hear some people have broken off into fights after questioning each other on what the heck happened. but the nearest Kenku's outside of that circle, and the guards are all kind of just standing around you. The nearest guard kind of just stops you and says, what are you doing?"
I want to see what killed it. What ended the trial for it?
He lets you pass, but he walks behind you.
All right.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh boy. Natural 2.
Ah, ouch.
It died of death.
It died of death. From the surface, it doesn't look too obvious to what the heck it happened to it. Of course, there's a bunch of marks on from falling from the ceiling, but what you remember is that it looks very much in pain. And it was holding its neck. It was holding its neck. From when it was still alive.
The Force.
It
Was the Force.
That's very really actually possible in D&D though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna poke Thea and just sort of like point to those 3 people that what's her face mentioned earlier.
Hey, first of all, do you have the ability to speak?
Are you asking me or my character?
Your character. I know you can.
I nod.
Interesting. I start walking over and to the 3 people and beckon to Susie's character to follow.
I'll follow.
Okay. So as you approach, you see 3 people. One of them is looking very, very nervous. She's taken off her mask that she is the masquerade and kind of has thrown that aside, and she's kind of just biting her fingernails, looking off into the distance, facing away from the group. And you see 2 other people. One is a like taller, slender, kind of like burly man. Sorry, and he's cradling and like hugging another blonde woman who is wearing a kind of, I guess, a tight dress. None of their attire looks truly as extravagant as some other people in this room. And yeah, they're kind of just talking amongst themselves, kind of detached from everyone else.
Can we hear their conversation?
No, they're kind of just like whispering to each other.
I wait for them to
I motion
notice.
from Thea to the girl biting her fingernails. Like, maybe you should go talk to her.
Yeah, I go over to her and are you okay?
She kind of just jumps really quickly to the sudden kind of moment of recognition. She kind of says, yeah, yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you okay?"
I'm fine as well. What's your name?
My name is Ashlyn. Ashlyn Claymore. She just goes back to continue biting her fingernails.
Nice to meet you, Ashlyn. I'm Tia.
Nice to meet you. More as you go closer, the more you see about her. She looks reasonably young. She's around 17-ish. She looks around that area. She's a lot shorter than the tall burly man. And she's just kind of she's young. She's very young. She kind of just extends her sweaty palm out to shake your hand.
I take it.
Do you guys know who did this? What happened?
I have no idea. Do you have any?
I mean, the flash. It was. I feel like it was just like right in front of me. I felt hot, really, 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 really fast. She kind of looks around, kind of panicky. Her eyes are like really, really darting at this point. It was very hot. I think it came from in front of me. I don't know.
Was there anyone in between you and it?
I think it was these two. And she points to the two people that are hugging and kind of just like comforting each other at this point. And it was the tall burly man and like the kind of the blonde woman.
Mm-hmm. Are they talking at this point?
They're like whispering to each other in their ears. From what it seems like they're trying to comfort each other. What do you do?
And say, "Hi, is there anything I can do to help?"
The tall burly man says, he kind of just looks over and he says, "No, not right now." Kind of just, gives you the cold shoulder just a little bit. He continues to like comfort his seemingly significant other. What do you do?
Think. Um. Do you know anything about what happened?
1 second we were having a great time, and then all of a sudden we were blinded and Macron died, I guess. What do you do?
I'm gonna point at the woman.
I speak quietly to Susie's character. What about the woman?
I make a motion like she's casting a spell.
She cast a spell?
I nod.
So at this point they have like, they could care less if you guys are standing there. They have no idea. Like they're kind of just talking amongst themselves. Their bodies have like turned away from you. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Is everyone sitting?
No, they're all just kind of like standing around talking at this point.
Okay.
There's something I need to do. Hold up.
Okay.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't follow me. Don't worry.
Do I see this
Don't
happening?
worry.
Their interrogation.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to listen in.
I want to go down there.
Oh gosh. Okay then.
Hey.
Hey, Scram.
I'm the DM. Ree.
Yes, I see you're here. I'm going to. Dang it. Oh, here. Stung him. Dang it.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay. Okay. Anyways. Alright. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Okay.
We're having a mutiny, apparently. Okay.
Indeed.
So, yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why I said it. You didn't see that? But yes, you saw the amulet. It's like this red kind of thing. It's kind of... There's a gilded outline to it, and you pick it up, and you can see that there's a little compartment inside. And it has this little tiny gemstone.
And that's. Is it like like an openable compartment?
There, it looks like it's a compartment, but from any way you've seen, there's like no way to open it.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't have the intelligence to try and figure that out, so.
I wonder what.
Actually, I've only got three stats that are above average,
Oh boy.
which will be con, wisdom, and charisma.
Oh.
And it takes, what is it, my first skill points will go only into con and
Mhm.
Charisma, just so that way I can finally get the bonus to help.
Oh boy.
Howdy.
Hey,
How do you do?
Salutations.
I walk back over to where Anon is.
Hi.
Hi.
You learned anything?
Well, I talked to these three people and I like explain what happened, but I'm not going to do that because you already know.
Mm-hmm.
I think the woman might have been the one to do something.
Well, it was the three, right? The one biting her nails, and the woman and the man who were talking with each other, right?
Yeah, the one who's with the guy.
Did. Did you talk to the third one?
Yes, I did. She said that the explosion came from right in front of her, and that the other two were in between her and the explosion.
I think this is just me having a gap in my memory. So you'd all talked to the one who was biting your nails and looked nervous.
Yes.
The one who dismissed the death like, oh yeah, just it happened, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you had the third one, right?
We didn't talk to the other woman, but
Yeah.
she and the man were obviously knew each other, so I figured that if one of them didn't want to talk, then the other wouldn't either.
Unless
No.
they don't know each other. And
Anon
Jamie's just
walks
laughing
over
at us.
to
That would be interesting.
I want to walk over to the third one.
Which one? Sorry.
The one they didn't talk to.
So the woman,
The blonde lady.
the blonde lady. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the description. Sorry.
She's still in the arms of the more burly human man. Kind of just. At this point, they've stopped whispering to each other, and she's just kind of like in his embrace.
Hi.
She kind of just stares at you, and then the man is like, "What do you want?"
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, accusations are circulating through this circle. And really, I'm just here to ask, did you do it? Because you're one of the three that was closest to the explosion.
What makes you think that? Yeah, we were close to the explosion, but you have no proof.
I have no proof, you're right. Spells can be slung from great distances. I was just wondering.
Well, I can assure you that she did not do it. I did not do it.
Insight check.
Alright. Roll it.
Alright. So what I can gather from Jamie's voice is the dude is definitely lying.
Oh, yes. Let me add my modifier real quick. 24.
Oh my lord. Okay. There's a little bit of a sweat on his brow. Okay. His eyes are kind of are jittery, though he has a general calm demeanor. His heart is beating fast, but you can tell there's a bit of deception going on.
Your eyes betray you, my friend. Or maybe enemy. What really happened?
I tell the truth. Just one moment, we're blinded. Next moment, Ekron is dead.
Was there anyone he looked at?
His eyes kind of quickly turn to the nervous woman, who is now noticeably overhearing your conversation and like eavesdropping on it.
I turned directly to her. Oh, a two-person thing. That's fun.
Two person? What? What?
Well, we know two people died. And if there were two people to work at it, it'd be certainly easier. Oh no, who was it? The one who looked nervous.
Yeah. She's that she was the one that you turned to. Sorry.
I stare her down and say, "What happened?"
Oh my goodness. I mean, did your friends tell you what happened? I told them. I told the truth.
Did you now? Insight check.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go for it.
Oh yes, I like my rolls tonight. 21.
Yay.
Oh, okay. From what it looks like, even though it's kind of hard to tell, you have a slight feeling that she's telling the truth, but there's still a grain of,
A grain of salt.
Yeah, a grain of salt there, good. Again, it's kind of hard to tell because she's... That just seems to be her general nature at this point, especially after such a shocking event.
Yeah. Maybe not. I want to turn to the third one I haven't interrogated yet.
Okay.
Walk right up to her. I'm going to just be very straightforward. Was it you?
The man who is like, that she's in like his arms, again interjects and says, "It wasn't her." And this time
Was I talking to you?
a little more threatening. Oh my goodness. I can assure you though, it wasn't her.
Insight check.
Oh my land.
I've got to roll bad one time, so it'll
Okay.
probably be now. Unless it's in that 20. Ah, yes, indeed.
That 20.
No, it's 7 with modifier.
Okay.
Of course.
I haven't gotten rolled intimidation yet. Dang it.
Okay. Ooh, give me one moment. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds.
1001, 1002.
1002.
I'm calling for a mutiny.
Overthrow
How
the
many
DM.
times have we overthrown the DM?
I don't know, but
I
I'm
think at
about to
least
start
3.
a tally.
At least, because you tried to overthrow me once, and the second
No,
time we've
more
tried to
than
overthrow
once.
Jamie. Okay, yeah.
What?
At least once.
3 or 4 times?
I'm gonna go
Okay,
ahead and add four tallies. 4 tallies seems about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There we go.
including this one.
Oh!
Hi.
He is
Hey!
here.
Person.
Hey! Wow. A lot of things have happened while you went to the post office.
Wait, you did the post office thing?
No, I just told him. I just told him that you went to the post office. I didn't tell.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
tell them anything else.
Okay, wait, give me a second.
Yeah, the post office?
So he wasn't murdered or robbed or anything.
Insight check the post office.
It's like the
Did he really go to the post office?
Genius. Ugh.
I've been rolling terribly tonight, darn it. 8. It's okay. It's okay.
I only got 2 good rolls so far. So don't feel
They've
bad.
been good so far, though.
Please.
No, my modifiers I think have been saving me.
Yeah, they can be helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, like, never. I'm not gonna say anything. It's okay.
Ain't it just
Oh,
great
no,
when the
no,
modifier...
Keep going.
Never. I will not say anything. No.
We will pry it from your cold, dead hands.
I mean, it's not the first thing that you've fried from somebody's cold, dead hands today. Or warm, dead hands.
What?
Oh, that's even worse.
Actually, that's a good question. How fast does a body cool?
What?
That is a good question. Dang.
I have calculated that.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
We
As
had
you do.
we had this problem in math last year where we had to determine how long it had been since someone died by their current body temperature.
Sounds like a good
Huh.
time.
Maybe your math teacher was just, or whatever teacher was, just seeing how much
Yeah,
time would pass before.
I doubt that.
I mean, aren't all math teachers demons?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Second, yes,
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 they
they
are.
are. Yes.
Actually, I had one good math teacher. My current
My-
one.
My mom is a math and
Okay.
the math teacher that I was talking about and the one that I have now, same person. She's the mom of one of my friends. So I highly doubt that she had personal reasons.
The best psychopaths would never let you know that, though.
Dude.
That's true. But also, like, she basically acts like a mom to all of us. So I would hope not.
Textbook. Right? Act like a normal person just long enough to do
Exactly.
whatever thing you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Of course, some
multiple
of us
years.
fail at that.
Yeah. What is it? Some, go their whole life on a con. Actually,
Oh,
most psychopaths, it's just their life is a con.
shall we shall we continue while DJ's not here?
Dying.
Somewhere?
Coming back to life.
Coming back.
I'm here,
Coming
eh?
back from the
Like, I'm
post
stuck
office.
doing one thing, so I'm just listening in.
Oh,
True Resurrection takes a while to cast.
Okay.
Yes. Well, Anon's talking. I'm gonna go walk up behind him.
okay.
Okay.
What happened
Resume
last?
what you were doing.
Shoot, what happened last? What were we doing?
I turned to the guy and said, "Was talking to you."
Oh,
After he said-
yeah.
Ah.
Roll an intimidation check. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
This little high-pitched,
Cool.
Monty, pure blood-looking person.
God dang it.
What was it?
Modifiers won't save me this time. 7.
Yeah, he's like in your face. Like he's a bit threatening. He's a lot taller than you. He can look like he put a dent in your
I
skull
mean,
if he
that's
wanted
not
to.
hard.
Yeah.
He's not at all worried about you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna roll. What's it called? The thing where you scare people? Intimidation.
Do you want to act out what your character is doing to
Well,
intimidate?
after I
Okay,
roll.
okay,
After I
okay.
roll. Seriously. Ooh. Okay, this could be good. Okay, so I can do math. 22.
Wow.
What is it with the good
Yes.
rolls today?
So I'm sort of just gonna push the guy back away from Anon. Like, whatever. I'm gonna say, leave him alone.
Back. So, how hard do you push this man? Enough to push him over, or just just a little bit of a, you know.
Why not? Enough to push him over.
Oh,
You're giving me
okay.
the option.
We're all gonna die.
Well, okay. You push him over, and as well, you push the woman
The woman.
over who is in his arms, and you push her over, and oh, okay. You push him over. You push him over, and as they hit the ground, give me 1 second. As they hit the ground, you see that the woman's hands are scorched.
Oh!
Interesting.
And then, as they hit the ground, they're kind of just holding themselves up, and the guards rush in. It's like, what are you doing? They're not facing the people that you pushed over. They're facing Susie's character. They shove Anon aside and try and grab Susie's character. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Grapple
Okay.
check time.
Yeah.
Also, is Anon okay?
Anon, he was just shoved to the side. Nothing happened.
Okay.
I walk
15,
over
but I don't
just
want to
in-
fight them.
15. Oh, okay. No, they're not holding up their spears towards you. They're just trying to grab you.
I just
I still not
generally
gonna
walk
fight
over somewhere in here.
Just generally gonna prance over, all happy.
Yeah.
Susie,
But,
what did you roll?
Give some space.
15? Yes, 15.
15. Okay, so you kind of bat their hands away as they come closer. And it's like, what do you think you're doing? And this time, all eyes are on you.
I want to rush over to Susie's character. It wasn't her.
You don't know that. We don't know
Yes, I
that.
do. Check the woman's hands.
Whose? And they kind of look around.
I point over to the woman with the man. Whatever.
Oh,
They kind of rush over and pull her up and check her hands. They show. He's like, what's wrong with them? They're completely normal.
Ooh. Where is it? Dang it, I don't have that spell. What?
how do you not have detect magic?
I was looking for dispel magic.
Oh, that too. If only
Okay, this sounds stupid. But I clap my hands together, trying to break concentration on a spell.
Oh!
Wow. Okay.
Is there a roll for this?
I don't know. Darn it. What the heck? I don't know how to detect. Yeah, I'll just roll in that. I'll just roll in that.
Stop your concentration.
What? I have no idea what he just said. Does anyone-
You could do a performance check versus
I mean, versus.
what is it? It's a constant. It's a what is it? It's a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration.
I think so.
DJ, it's someone else's concentration.
All right, let's do it.
All right, cool. Performance time.
Oh boy.
Oh, please.
Oh boy. I'm
Please.
so sorry.
Oh, yes. 22.
Ah no. Okay. Okay. For a brief second, you see. Just for a very, very, very brief second. You see what looks to be a flash of black in her hands, and then it immediately goes back to normal. It is easy enough to, if somebody blinked at the right time, they would have completely missed it.
Is it black like someone's skin color?
No. Black as in like ash or char.
Oh.
Like the fog that came over earlier?
Or carbon burns.
Who knows?
Carbonite. Well, did anyone see that? The seconds it was there.
One of the guards is like, see what? And the other one's like, oh, what? That right there. It's just, there's just kind of like, he said he looks, he kind of just like drops the woman, like, because he's like holding her up by her hands at the moment. He kind of just like yeets her down. And he's like, he kind of just like points the spear down at her. Do you have it? And he looks back. Do you have any more evidence?
That's all I figured out.
The large kind of human man stands up and he's like, I'm telling you, she did not do it. And he kind of just.
Insight check.
You're insight checking all of them.
Insight check.
Do I even need to, actually? Never mind.
What'd you get?
Oh. Oh, gosh. So 23.
What the heck? Yeah, he's freaking lying, alright? He's lying. Oh my goodness. I give up. He's lying.
Wisdom. Oh my gosh.
The man's lying. Straight through his teeth.
As far as I can tell, he's also an accomplice.
What, me? I swear to you, I'm not. Oh my god.
Good
I swear
try.
you're lying.
They have no proof, and he looks directly to the guard. They have no proof that we did it.
Except burn marks and location.
I'm
I'm gonna step back from him. Anon's kind of like getting ready because he knows.
He 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 kind of grows red. He grows red, and you can tell he's getting really kind of angry and also kind of worried, of course. And he's kind of like his breathing increases, and he looks over to you guys. And he says, "I'm telling you, I did not do it. I swear." And at that moment, the you hear this deafening. You can't. Okay, sorry. I was reading that from I was reading DJ's thing in general. Okay. Then you see this really large, scaly thing kind of swipe past the giant window in the back, and you hear this deafening screech. And for those who are well acquainted, it is a red dragon, and it kind of just swoops straight past the castle, and it screams this deafening screech. And outside the window, you can see looking over the city, you can see an explosion erupt from the way the drums were chanting, and the wall that surrounded the city kind of blows up in this massive array of debris, and as the dragon sends down this giant fireball to completely incinerate the wall, and you hear screams of the innocent down there, and as you see torches and outlines of soldiers rushing down this rushing from that breach in the wall and down the burning streets. The the guard that kind of frantically, the lady who frantically rounded you guys up runs back in. It was Tala Raynor, and she says, "Okay, everyone, stay calm. Okay, we gotta keep this. We gotta keep this contained." She said she orders a couple guards to lock the door, and they do so. And she says, "Nobody's leaving until we figure this out." And she kind of just looks over the crowd, and she's like, "Does anyone know anything now? Anything?"
I point at the woman.
What? Are you gonna talk to me? Her? And she kind of points down to the woman that you're pointing at. And then she kind of
Is this
looks
the
at...
head guard though?
Yeah, this is the head guard lady that kind of like drunkenly kind of put you guys all in a circle. At this point, she's fully dressed up in her uniform, which is a nice looking kind of black material. She has a cloak on, cape, and she has this gilded badge that's sitting on her breast. And she kind of like walks over and says, "How do you know?"
I'll walk over to Susie. She doesn't like talking much.
Well,
Or whoever this is.
she's not going to talk, then I have no evidence to incriminate her.
I can provide something.
What is it?
Your guards at this point have also seen this, and I point to the one who had the scorched hands.
Mm-hmm.
She had scorched hands, but it appears she's covering them.
Show me her hands. And the guards pick her up again. And again, they're clean hands. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did any of you see it? I asked the guards.
Well, one of the guards was like, "Yeah, I saw it. There was this weird black thing in her hand, I think." And the other guy's like, "I have no idea what they're talking about." There's like two of them standing over her at the moment. How did anyone like? How did you guys see it? These look like completely normal hands to me. She kind of just turns over and says that to you, Anon.
There was some. They were getting a little aggravated at, and I, put like a hand on Susie's character's shoulder. They were getting mad at our friend here. They got into a little shoving, and when she fell over, her hands were charred.
Huh. Okay. Anything else? I mean, she was here when it happened, right? So, she needs a little more convincing. She's just sitting there, kind of just thinking there. She's a little skeptical, but she's taking what you're putting down.
Do you have people who could cast powerful spells? I'm asking the main guard lady.
Wait, what did you? I feel like, huh?
Do you have people? I said, do you have people who can cast powerful spells?
Oh, sorry. I don't think I didn't hear that correctly. And she's kind of like she starts thinking. not at our disposal right now. And then, almost unplanned or promptly, an explosion rings through the halls that like erupted from the city below.
What's happening out there?
That is off topic. We need to figure this out, and then we can discuss what's happening down there right now. What is it with this person?
Well, she was also close to the explosion, and I want to point out the person Tia was talking to. She saw it. She can cooperate that.
She looks over at the very now even more nervous looking person. And she kind of, what's your name? And she's like, Ashlyn? And, what did you see? And she says, I just saw them in front of, or I think in front of where it was cast. But then she looks at you, Anon. Do you got anything else to say?
That's pretty much it. These were, I point at the three that I had talked to. These were the three that were closest to it, from what I was told.
So, she kind of just stops for a second, and she's sitting there thinking, and then all of a sudden, the doors blow open with this giant fire and fury. The doors shatter into a million pieces, as it seems, and standing at the door are what seems to be a group of around 25 angry-looking tiefling and dragonborns dressed in beautiful, beautiful red armor. And they immediately cast a large flurry of spells, ranging from you see just like flames flying through and hitting the guards that were surrounding the guards in black as they try and ready themselves for a fight. As a fight ensues all the way around, these really angry looking, tiefling and dragonborns holding torches or just ravaging and ransacking everything and just killing a bunch of the guards that stand around you. You see Tala Raynor, the head guard, kind of draw her sword, but immediately take an arrow to the head, and she falls right in front of you guys. As now people are scattering, you see as the blonde woman and what's it called? The blonde woman and the taller man run outside the door. Run outside where the angry looking people came through. And at this point, they have killed the person that you talked to at the very beginning, Leo 2. He's down dead in front of you guys after a large scream. Lucy is now behind you guys, kind of at this moment. Now her life is kind of falling apart, and she's crying behind you guys. And the 25 people dressed in red armor are now officially in control of the city.
So they seem
they're
seem
very
to be
yeah
killing anyone who's not a guard.
Everyone they're starting to kill the people that we were in the circle as well. So they're killing everyone. There's arrows and flames flying past you guys, and that is where we're going to end this session.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Dang it! Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Dang it. I want to do something. I'm gonna forget it by next session.
Okay, you
Write
can.
it down.
What is it? Or you can just say it.
I was gonna shout stop in both Draconic and Infernal.
Oh, okay.
Because I know those languages. But I
Well.
was gonna do something really dramatic before we ended the session, but then you ended the session.
Well, nice job.